All right, what's going on, everybody? Varric here. We are going to test some declone out. Before we get too deep into the video, I will tell you now I have built the character on live, but I am going to test on Plugy. I'm not quite ready. I want to just show you how it's done. I want to be able to talk to you through the fight. I was able to replicate almost exactly what the build looks like on Plugy as it does currently on live, so I can show you. With bear form activated, we're at 2664. We are at 50% PDR. You'll notice this is going to be the exact same on Plugy. So 4210. And here's our resistances. I'm a little annoyed I couldn't cap out that lightning res, but I was able to get some nice lightning life small charms. So I just need something a little bit higher. But yeah, charms are really nice. A couple more I could replace. You know, I could get life here, I could get life here. But otherwise, lots of nice life res charms, and then just a bunch of life large charms with fire skill damage. Tortani, of course. But then to go into the gear to show you exactly how I've hit all those breakpoints, this is a very nice Crown of Ages that I was able to buy and just put some jaws in it. This could be a little better, but hey, pretty awesome for that PDR percent. 3 jaws in it for some big life. I needed some cannot be frozen, so this was a nice one. It's got like everything you want. Skill levels, faster run, life. Surprisingly, I did need that cold resist, so if you take that off, I'm down to like 22. So the cold resist was super nice to have, just so happened. Inferno Stride with some PDR, that's very helpful. I do like the fire resist I get from this. As you can see, I take that off and my fire resist goes down. Dwarf Star with some PDR percent. I do wish this Fire Absorb was a little higher, but hey, that's 1 to 2% difference. Not gonna, I mean, it'll matter, but what are you gonna do? No, the life is very nice. All res Dungos, all res 15% Dungos, which is really good. BK Ring with some life. There you go. That's why I'm missing that 2% light res. If that was 25, that would have been capped, but what are you gonna do? Hellmouth with all resistance. Dragon, I think I showed you this before. And the piece de resistance, this is why we're getting the frames we're getting. So I was able to get a really nice flame bellow. Unfortunate it wasn't too increased attack speed higher. If it were too higher, I could put a 15% jewel with all res in this, but it's what it is. Unfortunate, but you can see we are casting at 3 frames per attack, or 3 FPA, people will say. So that's really nice. We're able to get that up from 4 with the other flame bellow we had. So that is the gear. I think I've gone on everything there, over everything. This is what the damage will look like in game or in the fight. Remember, you are running Conviction Aura. Nice minus defense, nice minus resist. Makes it so you really don't need that much attack rating. As you can see, it's really low. It still is probably a little too low depending on the fight. So it probably will miss a decent bit. I could probably get some better attack rating in there, but not a whole lot I can do with the gear I have. Skills are the same, they haven't really changed. Capping, resist fire, resist light, salvation, blessed aim, and conviction. So that is the build. I think I've gone over everything. You will just have beast on swap. You'll notice I'm not going to be using call to arms. It's 6 rejuvenation slots that you would otherwise want. Now I will tell you, in T1 I've been able to get it done where I don't even need, I probably have like a good 10-15 left or more. So I could theoretically use call to arms, but in T2 you're really not going to be able to. You need all those rejuvenation potions. So again, this is what the build looks like. I will switch you over to Plugy, and just to give you a reminder of what the exact stats are, 2664, 4210 here, 50% here, and your all resistances are there. So let's swap over and I will show you what it looks like in Plugy. Where are you? There you are. All right, pay no attention to the name. I just needed the base character from the share drive. All right, so let's get tier 1 here, and I will show you what tier 1 looks like. Tier 0 is like not even worth showing. You just destroy it. So you can see, there you go, 2664, 4210, 50%. Don't worry about that 51. It's overcapped. It doesn't make a difference. You can only get up to 50. And resistances, as you see, I actually had to not put these extra 4 points into resist lightning because I want to keep it at 87, just like it's in live. But again, so I think it's as good and accurate as I can get it. You can kind of see I just did some random like filler charms just to kind of fill this space. I'm actually gonna lock that so I don't pick anything up. Don't worry much about the gear. Again, I'm just trying to replicate what the build looks like, and I did it just with some random slams. So that is it. Why don't we go ahead and get into it? So here's tier 1 for your viewing pleasure. Let's get after it. I like to pop that one real quick because it's going to chase you and be annoying. So he's letting me pop off on him, which is nice. So you're just going to want to avoid the fire. One thing I noticed while I was doing this is those pulses are actually pretty strong. So you can kind of kite these guys around and you do pretty well. I think we killed them all, yeah. Keep an eye on those bone spirits because they are going to hurt. When you see one coming at you, just go all the way down so you can bait it so it's not going to hit you in the fire. Although I guess I am getting fired still. Remember, it's 6 pulses. You just really don't want to be soaking anything. Not in a tier 2, or not in a tier 1 or higher. You can. I mean, at the end, you'll see me kind of just send it, depending on how much rejuves I have, how careful I have to be. But just kite him around. Try to keep him LOS so that that doesn't happen. He's not hosing you. Just attack where you can. Fill your potions when you get the chance. I try to keep them stacked. Remember, he'll have his aura around him when he can't be damaged. Alright, goes to the middle and starts casting that. Five, 6. Should be 6. Yes, it is. Try to stay in range of him when you're kiting around because remember, you are still pulsing damage. So you can still hurt him. So here on the last wave. Another small tip I've learned is make sure you're keeping an eye on your potion belt to see, as I tend to always kind of use the same finger, the same key for potions. So I want to know like which are going to be available, and I'll keep my finger kind of on that. That was bad. I think we killed them all here. Right about now I could drop my cube. I should have done damage there. It's all about really just finding those windows to do damage. That'll hit me, and then I'll go up so it can't hit me more. I actually probably won't need my cube, to be honest. And then just tee off when you can. Again, it's just about finding those windows, keeping track of those bone spirits, because you're gonna get kind of lost in the fire. So you got to know when they're coming in to hit you, because they will do a lot of ground effect damage, and you don't want to get hit by that. All right, we're just gonna end it. There you go. So that's tier 1. We still have a ton. That was actually probably the best I've done. So yeah, tier 1 declone is down. Just to give you guys, I mean, might as well in this video, I'll show you what the damage in tier 2 looks like. I'm not going to do a whole attempt here, but I'll show you just kind of what it would look like if I were. I could certainly do an attempt. I haven't been successful at it yet, so I don't want to really try it yet. But just for viewing pleasure, once again, I'll do a quick tier 2 attempt just so you can see it. Oh, excuse me, I didn't ID the Annie. Gotta ID the Annie. It's garbanzo beans. Okay. Tier 2. Let's show you what it looks like. So I can actually do damage. Like, It's really not bad. I honestly think I could do it. It's just, you know, kind of just skill level. I'm not really great at it, and I've been doing declone off and on for a decent bit. But I wouldn't say I'm like a pro by any means necessary, or by any means rather. Skiting the skellies. Son of a. Got one more skelly. I didn't feel like following his buddies. Real trendsetter. Again, those of you who are going to watch this who know the fight more and know how to play it are going to just look at me and be like, holy crap, you're doing so terribly. Alright. But anyway, again, I didn't bring enough potions, so there's no point in continuing. But that is what the damage would look like in a T2. One thing I did learn is that now this is not confirmed, but I've heard it's a little bit harder in live than it is in Plugy. I don't know if that's still accurate. I mean, certainly FPS will probably be an issue, or at least like more of an issue than baseline. I don't really tend to have any, not FPS, MS, so like lag. I don't really tend to have lag issues, but still a thing. You know, it might be some latency lag. So anyway, that is the fight. I will post a video of my actual attempt once I like get the stuff for it. I think I might have an attempt in me. I think I might have a PES, but I just want to show you guys. Well, it was a little safer. I could walk you through the fight, do a little commentary on it. So that's the video. If you have any questions, any concerns, feedback, anything at all, please let me know. I'm always trying to take some feedback, especially on declone fights or just fights in general where I don't feel as good. I'm going to follow this up with a Lucian attempt as well. I actually find that I can do Lucian a lot better. I was successful in a tier 2 pretty easily. So I'll follow this video up with a Lucian kill and do the same kind of like walkthrough commentary. So stay tuned for that. As always, if you like my videos, please like, please subscribe. I always appreciate the support. So that's it, guys. Have a good day. See ya.